as the Northern says that the North is bleeding. If you ask me, are they just noticing that the North is bleeding? Because the North has been bleeding in the eyes of other Nigerians for a very long time now. So I guess they have not been saying this. And I guess because it's now getting out of hand, that is why they can really see it that indeed the North is bleeding. Because now they have also started an online campaign demanding for the President Muhammadu Buhari's resignation over worsening insecurity under his watch. Like, are you kidding me? The North are doing this. It is funny when others came out, protesting that. Before it got to this level, that the president is not responsible enough to handle the affairs of this nation. Northerners were so angry. They were so angry, like, hey, these guys are out again trying to ensure that the youth or the Northerners do not complete their tenure. Like, this is about region. It is not. And really, it is not personal. It is just about the growth and development of this nation. It is about security. And now that they have seen that this is eating so deep into their communities, they are all crying foul. Like, it's painful that they are just realizing that the North has been bleeding, and now they are requesting that the president resign. Like, in what month exactly? It is too late. Yes, though it's not too late, but really it is too late. This has been for a long time. It has been for a long time, and they failed to realize. Remember that even when the president would go to the UK and London to get his medicals, you see Nigerians going about after him, tell him to resign and all of that. And before you know it, you see some Buhari protesters, coming out to say, hey, leave Buhari alone. It's not your problem. It's not this. And he forgets he is like a father to the nation because he's responsible for the protection of lives and properties. He swore an oath to it. So the earlier everybody understands that, the better for everyone, because really that is the oath he swore into office. But anyway, guys, that is not an issue here. Let us face what we have here, because let's see what the Northerners are doing, because they said they have created and began an online campaign. How is this happening? Have you seen it online? Well, we'll bring you details, but please stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell, like, and also share this video. All right, guys, without further ado, let us dive right into the details of this report. Yes, North is bleeding. Northerners begin online campaign demands Buhari's resignation over worsening insecurity under his watch. Using the hashtag North is bleeding, some Nigerians from the northern parts of the country have taken to Twitter, a microblogging and social networking service, to demand President Muhammadu Buhari's resignation over his failure to combat increasing insecurity in the region. They also condemned Buhari's visit to Lagos for the book launch of a political ally a few days after bandits burnt to ashes over 45 travelers in Sokoto State. They lamented that Northerners wasted their votes in electing the president. And of course, there were lots of reactions from Nigerians after the president actually left for a book launch. Like, who really does that? You went for a book launch and yet the nation is bleeding. A whole lot is going on. Do you think that is what Nigerians need? Well, some people were supporting him and some felt bad. But of course, it was on the microblogging platform that the North is bleeding, because most of the reactions were coming from the Northerners. And one of them was saying, this is how it's done. North is bleeding. Yes, we know North is bleeding, but you never act towards a problem. Seeking a solid solution amplifies your voices. Protest day and night, 24/7. Incompetent people in power hate protests, just like in SARS. And others say dozens of protesters gathered outside the CNN building in LA in USA, decrying CNN's fake news reportage on Ethiopia crisis, government demonstrates, and so on and so forth. And another person saying, while we are mourning the arson killing of tens of poor passengers in Sokoto State, the Nigerian President Muhammad Buhari of the APC in Lagos attending a book launch of a political ally. Zero empathy for the people, crass irresponsibility of a leader. And another from the North also said the North has failed the North. We did this to ourselves, from our leaders who have so far been selfish to us, the citizens who have allowed ourselves to be deceived by both scholars and politicians. Everyone is mute now. And another Northern says, still valid. I've never seen a government with zero empathy and and so forth, like I read to you earlier. And another said, Buhari has no single element of empathy and he surrounded himself with like minded people. But on the other hand, how can we have 360 HRM, 109 senators, that is House of Representative members, and 109 senators, and no single one among them could raise an impeachment motion against the president for all these incompetences? And another said, our leaders are in Abuja feeling secured. We are in town feeling secured. Our people are getting killed every day in rural areas. Our rural regions are our roots, our foundations. If they go down, we go down. It's scary how we have accepted these killings as normal. Killings everywhere, but the commander in chief is attending a book launch in Lagos. It is a shameful thing, though. Another said at least 15 worshippers were killed. Why dozens sustained injuries in an attack on a mosque in Bare village, Mashego local government area of Niger State? So you can see that the killings has been going on and on and on. It is now a norm. You know, it is now very easy and comfortable for people to kill, and it does not make any difference to them. And because the security is no longer strong and solid enough, that is why people can go all out to do all this shit and believe nothing is going to happen to them at the end of the day. When a president who is supposed to be visiting locations of where these things are happening is rather in Lagos State for a book launch, it is someone like the Igbos will say, a man whose house is on fire does not sit under it and laughs. But we have been seeing how our own president's house is on fire and yet is very much at peace with himself. That is to tell you that he's not even concerned about what is going on in the state or in the country. But anyway, guys, that is it. The Northerners are waking up because most of the comments I read to you are from Northerners. Yes, they are waking up to see to the reality of what the North is actually facing. So, guys, drop your comment. Let's hear from you and also give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.